Hello everyone, welcome back to again on my YouTube channel, so on my Facebook. To the front of you, I have sitting here for sharing some experience little bit from English part, which is used in our daily life. When we start to speak of any kinds of the matter, just for some time, just we start to take hesitation. Just we start to take so many hobbling while speaking. What happens like this in all of us life? Almost time while speaking of any kinds of the English, about that little bit experience I would like to share to you. So my all friend, my all student, you must watch this video content till where that video content will be made by me. Don't leave in watching. If you will be watching continually of this video, then sure I am telling you all my friend, really you will be understood to exactly point which I will say to you about for English speaking, as most of the friends or the most of the students nowadays they have lots of hesitation. If they want to speak of any kinds of the thing at that moment, just know any topic, know any concept, know any ideas start to come inside of the mind. And why it does not come in all of us minds, but we are not able to consider, we are not able to meditate, and we are not able to overcome from that. Why don't we able to overcome from that kinds of the circumstance? About of that just I am going to share you. When we sit for speaking of any kinds of the matter at that moment, we do not keep exactly of our minds in concentrate way. If we will keep to exactly our mind concentrate way, really I am telling to you, you will not hover any little bit while speaking. You will not stagger anywhere while speaking, or a speech will not be gone back, or a speech will become too very splendid. If anybody who will listen of our speaking, also the next person will think about of you, oh, how wonderful you are talking of any kinds of thing into English. There is the matter also of some words, some grammatical, this sort of the things that is coming related from the part of English speaking. If you are wanting to speak to very fluency of any kinds of a thing, then first of all, I would like to tell you all my friends, you will have to keep a strong rapport, word power, seconds, or grammatical system. Actually, our grammar does not comes related from the part of our English speaking. When we start to speak of any kinds of the thing into Hindi at that moment, we search of any grammatical rule inside of the mind for speaking. In the same way, when we start to speak of any kinds of the matter into English, at that moment, in our minds, the grammar points should not come. Means automatically those all grammar points should be acquired in our minds, and that should be spoken. Like this, our grammar should be. Means you will not have to realize to yourself that means I am thinking this and I am speaking to using of the all grammar sentences, whether all those auxiliary verb, which is auxiliary verb about of that we have not need to think from, especially by the individually. We will have to control of our thinking while speaking. If you will start to live in English environment, there is good ambience about of English. Most of the people around of our house, they all are talking into English. If you will start to live in like that environment, sure, you will start to learn to different kinds of the concept. You will start to learn different kinds of the topic. And whenever, if anybody who will start to talk to you at that moment, you will be eligible for discussing, you will be eligible for answer of that question which will be asked by next one. Means you will not be discouraged while speaking while answering. So my all viewer, my all friends, I would like to tell you, you keep exactly of your minds concentrate when next one will talk to you. If you will live exactly in carefree minds, sure, you will be overcomes from that kinds of the circumstance in your life, and your speaking will become very famous. And second thing more becomes, I am telling to you, nowadays around of our house there are so many students, but mostly they know little bit sentences. But if any person who goes in front of anyone, if you will ask any kinds of the matter, any kinds of the things, then they will say you simply yes. And if another person that thing is not available, then also Next one can say to you, no. And if you are helping to someone else, then that next one will say the front of you, thank you. Means yes, no, thank you. Means like this, the word it has been propaganda. Why the all word have been very hyped in all over the place? I am going to discuss, I am going to explain the front all of you. Nowadays, in this modern time, many of the students you go to a school, and in that school, whole time throughout the teachers, those students keep on listening different kinds of the word as yes, no, thank you. Means yes sir, no sir, thank you sir. But I am going to give of you one example on this. There was a boy, he would go to school every day, and that boy had learned three words. And what was that word? First was yes sir, no sir, thank you sir. Means these three words by almost the students were spoken in that classroom. When he learnt of three words, then all over the place he kept on telling of this yes, no or thank you. One day he was coming from a school and he was going to home. When he reached the near of his village, just there was a shepherd, and that shepherd just said of that boy, please you stay babu. Then that boy stopped just on that place. Then that shepherd said of this boy who is coming to home from a school, just that shepherd is asking to that boy, hello babu, have you seen of my goats anywhere? When you were coming in the road, you saw my goat in roadside, whether in more any other places. This boy just he's answering yes sir, because in his term that was consisted yes. So just he said yes sir. After that, just that shepherd is asking of that boy, you tell to me, where did you see of my goat? Just this boy is answering no sir. But listening yes or no, just the shepherd became too very angry, and he thought that in the first time when I asked to him, have you seen of my goat? Just he said yes, I have seen. And when I am asking, where did you see of my goat? In which place my goat was grazing? Then this boy is telling no sir. So this time he became too very angry, and just he put one his slipper and just he kicked on both cheek. This boy is telling to finally, thank you sir. When that shepherd heard of that boy's thank you, then actually also that shepherd was not more uneducated. Also he was understanding yes, no or thank you, because that shepherd was more elder than, more educated than of that boy. So that shepherd started to think at that moment, my God, how much is he knowing of any kinds of the things in English. So for some time also he was erect, and also he started to regret. When he started to regret, then also that boy, from there she went away to home, and just where that boy was standing in the front of the shepherd, another friend of that boy also he stood up just beside of that boy, and he saw to beating of that shepherd of this boy. And when this boy went to home, then just that boy friend said of this boy's mother, do you know what happens to our son today? Then just this boy mother is asking of that person, I don't know anything, what happened? Then just that boy friend is telling of this boy mother what to say today, and his shepherd means bat him, means by slipper. Then just that boy mother asked to her son, you tell to my son, why have been beaten by that person, about of that you tell to me, my dear son. This boy is telling what to say, mom. When he was asking to me, and when I was answering to him at that moment he was not understanding of my communications skill. That's why he bad to me. Means this boy is just willing to telling of that matter what to say. Actually, whatever things I was speaking in the front of that person was not understanding my spoken sentences. That's why he became angry and he bet my both slipper on my cheek. This boy just made pretend to telling like this, and actually this boy was not knowing more any other words, more any other sentences except three words: yes, no, thank. Because these three words have been most popular in our country. If any uneducated person who is coming and going, who is not knowing of any kinds of the things into English, if you will ask with that person, also that person will say yes, no, thank you. So I am telling of you, my all friends, you will have to overcome from this circumstance. If like this circumstance will be consisting in your life, then you will not be able to learn more and more advanced things. For learning of any advanced things, we will have to keep exactly clear memory, which is your memory inside of our head. That memory you will have to keep exactly in party, and whatever things you will learn that thing about, you will have to go to absorb it. You will not have to keep up those kinds of the thing. Whatever things you will acquire, that things you will not have to keep in other way. You will have to keep exactly in current memory, in current brain. So my dear friends, I am telling to you, please you become overcome from speaking. If any persons who is making fun while speaking anything in English, but don't mind about those. You only think yourself, I will have to speak to very quickly of any kinds of the things in my life. If you keep like this thinking in your life, then sure I am telling to you all, you will be overcome from those kinds of the problems, and you will be able to very great speaker in your life, and also your speaking will become to very fluency. Actually you are knowing already that जीत के लिए जुनून चाहिए, जिसमें उबाल का खून चाहिए, वो आसमां भी नीचे उतर आती है, इरादों में सिर्फ जीत की गूंज चाहिए. थैंक यू.